Which graph should I use? This picture shows us five main types of graphs that you'll use in a science class. The first is a histogram. A histogram is different than a bar graph because in a histogram, the bars are touching. We use histograms when we have data that is grouped together. Pie chart is showing us percentages. A line graph is used when we have changes over time. And a scatter plot is used sometimes to show a relationship between two variables. This flow chart will help us decide which graph to use. The first question you should ask yourself is, are you showing parts of a whole? Or do you have percentages that add up to 100? If you do, it's highly likely that you're going to be making a pie graph. If you don't, you have another question. Is the independent variable measured on a continuous scale? Your independent variable is also going to be the one graphed on the x-axis. And so to figure out a continuous scale, I have this image to help us. Discrete versus continuous data. So, discrete data, there's a finite number of possible data values. You can think of this as numbers that you can count. In this example, number of classes students taking, they're taking 1, 2, 3, and so on, number of classes. There's no way that they can take 1.5 class. On the other hand, we have continuous data. With continuous data, we have an infinite number of possible values. The weight of a baby could be many, many numbers, including really large decimals we could keep going to. My picture here shows you the visible light spectrum, and it's a continuous line showing you all the colors, and each of these colors has a different wavelength attached to it. The left is 490 nanometers, the right hand side is 700. Comparing that with discrete data, Roy G. Biv showing us these 7 colors are very specific color categories. It is not continuous. We're not having a combination between green and yellow, although we know it does exist. So, our question was, is the independent variable measured on a continuous scale? If the answer is no, we're going to make a bar graph. If the answer is yes, we need to continue with another question. Is the independent variable grouped into categories? And if so, this is a histogram. If you look at age population charts, you'll see ages grouped into categories. People who are age 0 to 25, 26 to 50, and so on. Those are shown with the histogram with the bars touching. If you answered no to category groupings, your next question and last question is the data showing a change over time. If so, you're going to have a line graph. If not, you're going to make a scatter plot. Line charts, line graphs, and scatter plots look very similar, except in a line chart, you're going to connect those data points. Do not connect the data points unless you are showing a change over time.